one person's crying in the shower, replaying every moment in their head. The other one's posting beach pics like nothing happened at all. Why do breakups hit some people like a freight train while others barely feel the bump? Let's break it all down. In this video, you'll discover how your attachment style, anxious or avoidant, shapes your breakup experience, and how to heal in a way that fits you. This is important because generic advice just doesn't cut it when it comes to your relationship. Now, I've seen this too many times. People beating themselves up for that 2 a.m. text, or friends shutting down completely, acting like they're fine. And if that's you, it's okay. You're not too much to handle. You're not too cold or too distant. Your brain is just wired to connect differently, and it's not your fault. The key thing to understand here is this: anxious types spiral out of control by replaying every moment like a broken record because they crave closure. Avoidants shut down completely. They bury the pain, they distract themselves, sometimes they jump into rebound relationships. Not because they're fine, but because the emotions feel overwhelming to them. But don't be fooled. Both people are hurting. So the general rule we need to understand here is this: people with anxious attachment need this connection to feel safe. Avoidants, on the other hand, often run from connection to feel safe. And that's where the story gets messy. Now, if that feels familiar, then grab my free breakup guide below. It's packed with real steps to start healing. No chasing, no confusion, and it's created with attachment styles in mind, so it meets you right where you are. Now, for anxious types, breakups feel like this tidal wave of emotions washing over you. You find yourself obsessing over this person. You feel that urge to reach out and to fix things. Maybe you blame yourself for everything that's happened, but the critical thing to understand here is this: it's not just about winning them back. It's about how you can stop the pain. Now, stay with me because this is where the emotions hit the hardest. And you'll probably see this for yourself. Because while anxious people look for connection, avoidants go silent. They go into an emotional lockdown. And what that means to you is this: they pour themselves into work, distractions, even someone new, not because they've moved on, but because they believe caring leads to pain. The sadness hasn't gone anywhere. They've just pushed it down deep, deep inside. So you can imagine what happens when anxious meets avoidant in a breakup. It's complete chaos. And the reason I say that is because the anxious person needs this closeness, which is the very thing that pushes the avoidant further away. And the avoidant needs distance and silence, the very thing that makes the anxious person feel abandoned and used. It's a vicious cycle where each style triggers the other's worst fears. And here's what most people miss: those feelings are not proof of love. They are proof of old wounds. Now, if you're drowning in silence, I made something just for you. It's called the No Contact Survival Kit, the 7-day emotional reset. Inside, you'll learn how to calm the chaos, steady your nerves, and start healing without chasing, begging, or breaking down. This isn't about forgetting them. It's about surviving this and finally coming back to you. Grab it now so your reset can start today. Now, here's something you can do at this very moment that helps. If you're anxious, ground yourself. Journal, move your body, break that mental loop. Rebuild your feelings of belonging with friends and new routines instead of looking to your ex. Notice when you're spiraling out of control, and when your brain says just one more text, pause And remember, that's just your attachment style kicking in, not what you really need to survive this. Now, if you're an avoidant, then I want you to stop and name what you're feeling. Just call it the first thing that pops into your head. And if that's difficult for you, do my guided meditation for opening the heart, because it will really help you get where you want to be. Now, it's linked right here and in the description below. But for now, the important thing to remember is this: let grief in slowly. You don't have to fix it. You just have to notice it. Start reconnecting with people who do not overwhelm you. Go one small step at a time, because breakups don't hurt more or less based on your attachment style. They just hurt differently. Listen to me when I say you're not broken for loving how you do, but right now you are learning how to love better, starting with yourself. Healing begins when you stop blaming and start working from where you are. Now, you've got this, and if you're ready to go deeper, then check out the No Contact Survival Kit. It's my full 7-day emotional reset. People say it feels like having a breakup coach right in your pocket. Now, whatever path you're on, know that you don't have to do this alone. And if you're still wondering what your avoidant ex is really thinking, this next video breaks down the 5 stages an avoidant goes through during no contact. Hit play, it'll explain a lot, and I'll see you there.